Two of the most popular narratives in film are underdog stories and tragedies. In this case, the Schyster Deviant is both of these things, except it hardly satisfies either. To understand the Deviant, one needs to understand Schyster. Big enough to be considered a major American automaker, but small enough to spend most of its life just scraping by. Every other decade, the company breaks the mold with something that's practical or exciting. Then it spends the next decade in squalor, searching for its next owner like a clapped-out PMP 600. In an industry that revolves around the expression, damned if you do, damned if you don't, Schyster has always tried. Unfortunately for them, every fusillade is usually followed by a rebadged Vapid minivan. Lasting just 2 generations, the Deviant was no exception. Being the affordable alternative in the pony car pack, Schyster's entry had to fight just to be seen. Built out of the American Midwest, the Deviant was like a small town with an obscure claim to fame, like the birthplace of a C-list celebrity, or wherever they invented the pogo stick. To put itself on the map, the Deviant was redesigned, with a sloped fastback roof, dramatic curves, and a wedge spoiler. This new look made the car stand out from its competition, and disguised just how little funding there actually was for other engines and options. Unfortunately, the Deviant's performance didn't quite turn heads as much as its looks did. It was faster than a Nightshade, but nowhere near a Dominator or a Gauntlet. Despite this, Schyster pushed the Deviant headfirst into racing without a plan or experience. And apparently it almost worked. They just needed to rebuild the car from scratch and hire people from other teams. Even when it eventually did take home the gold in motorsport, the Deviant still couldn't outpace consumer confidence. In the 2 years that followed, Schyster's pony car sales were in a death spiral. But before the redesign could be proposed, the extinction-level meteor that was the oil crisis had begun to starve the rest of the American dinosaurs, forcing Schyster to put a pillow over the Deviant rather than pay for its life support. And that was it. The Deviant became yet another footnote in automotive history. Except not quite. Like a Vinewood sequel, nothing ever stays dead. Whenever the going gets tough, there's always a nostalgia check to cash, and Schyster was already clicking its pen. It's no surprise the muscle cars of today are a different breed, still muscle cars shaped, but with the advent of computers and safety devices. Unlike the tin cans that came before, you can wrap as many gauntlets around as many lampposts as you see fit, drastically reducing the natural selection via automobile. Only Schyster didn't get that message. No, you aren't suffering from deja vu, this is a brand new Deviant. A muscle car powerful enough to make anyone choke on their words the next time they try to tell you they don't build them like they used to. The Deviant is like a friend you haven't spoken to in years, but no time has passed. Only now, they bench 350, make twice your salary, and don't look any older. You hate them, but in a supportive way. That's because the brand new Deviant is better than the one you remembered. It's got less of an overbite, a massive supercharger, side pipes, and LED headlights perfect for flashbanging oncoming traffic. Thanks to a few legal gray areas, Team Schyster made the impossible possible, giving people the same death trap from the 70s with more power and 2-point harness bucket seats. Getting behind the wheel of a resto-modded Deviant gives you the unique experience to drive a future that never was. If you care about performance, it can throw up some smoke at the meat behind the Killatomate coupe. But the sheer weight of the Deviant makes it very sluggish. But let's be honest with ourselves, this isn't a race car. It's a boulevard cruiser with some new tricks. 99% of the time when a manufacturer brings a name back from the dead, it's to maintain copyright status, or sell an SUV that lacks market confidence. Ultimately, the Deviant is a one-and-done venture for Schyster. Nobody even knows when they'll release another vehicle. I don't even know how they're still a company. But in the world of dwindling muscle cars lies a poetic twist of fate. Decades later, Schyster finally afforded its Deviant the last laugh.